Hello again, it's Noob, and today we get to look at this. This is, well, I think it's kind of cool actually. It's the Multipick Elite add-on set. It's just a set of 6 different sized hooks, plus a full leather case, all in 0.5 millimeters. Before I carry on with the overview of this set though, let me just say that this set was actually sent to me by Multipick. I've worked with Multipick on a number of projects and hope to do so in the future as well, but I don't profit from any sales and all views are my own and mine alone in this review. Right, that being said, let's carry on. So, yeah, why is it called an add-on set? Well, the reason being is that Multipick normally sell stuff in 0.6 and 0.4 millimeters. So this is a dual gauge set. They sell the 2 gauges separately as well, but just by way of demonstration. So let's just grab one from the middle. This is a standard thickness 0.6 millimeter, and that's this direction pick, and that is around 23 to 24 thousandths of an inch. It's nice and slim, quite thin, but for some locks can be a bit thick. So it gives you lots of feedback and stability with extra thickness, but sometimes you just need a little bit thinner, and that's where these ones come in. If I turn it around, you'll see that on there is etched. Can I get that? A 0.4. Not that you necessarily need that etching because it's really nice and thin. This is between 15 and 16 thousandths of an inch. Very cool, and when you need something that thin, you really need it. But they before never had anything sort of to fill the gap in between. These might be a bit too thin. You might not get quite the feedback you want. Maybe you need to put a lot of tension on a lock, and you don't want to damage picks which are so thin. And this thickness is just that little bit too cumbersome. Maybe it's rubbing against the warding. What's in between? Well, of course, it's that 0.5. So if you had just, say, for example, a 0.6 millimeter set, maybe you don't really want to go quite as far down as 0.4, or maybe you had a dual gauge set and you want something in between, then that's why this is the add-on set. Anyway, probably over-explained that, so let's just have a look at what we get. So this is a range of hooks. You can see that it's got that classic Multipick sandwich handle. It's made from that tempered spring steel we all know and love. Got all the designs, all the part numbers, all the serial numbers. The attention to detail on this is quite superb. And I'll try and do it as close to the camera as I can so you can see the overall finish on this. It's virtually spotless. This is out of the pack, untouched by myself. I know some people don't like the sandwich handles, but I quite like them, and you can always put some shrink tube on if it becomes more, if you want it to be more comfortable. So that's like a short hook. Then you got this one, which is like a flat short hook, a standard hook some people call it. Then you've got a couple of variants of medium hooks. One nice and thin and slightly undercut, one a bit more sturdy. So these thin ones are really good at getting up through the warding of a lock, but these thicker ones are just a little bit strong, give you slightly better feedback. Sometimes it makes a world of difference choosing between the two, I find. And then the same for your deeper hooks. They're not like super deep hooks, these ones, but they're certainly slightly deeper than a medium hook, as you can see there. And again, very similar, but also slightly different. So you've got one which is a bit thicker, a bit more sturdy. You can probably put a little bit more pressure on the pins with this one. And then this one is a little finer, probably more able to, a slight undercutting here, slightly more able to get up through that warding, or the holes in the warding, even with some of the locks where there's little holes where the tips of the key pins sit, and you can just get in up underneath them. That's why I really like these sort of thin tipped ones anyway. And yeah, as you can see, just the overall finish of these is just as you'd expect from Multipick. If you've ever had them before, then you'll know all about that. Before I get on to conclusions, I think we should pick some locks with these. So first up, I thought we'd use this short hook, which is the F06, in a very small keyway. give this a nice little pick. Only 5 pins, but lots of lovely spools in this lock. Gives me some brilliant counter rotation to fights as well. So you sort of have to really get in there and just sort of enjoy the pick more than anything else. Enjoy the process, because you will drop spools in this lock. And there we go. Slightly bigger lock, so going to go up to a medium hook this time. What's this one? This is the F58 by the looks of things. So let's give it a go. Bottom of the keyway tension. Going to go in. Got a bit more room in this keyway to find those binding pins. If I can feel it, I'm just going to push it up. Trying to get right under the pins. There we go. If it feels like it's binding, we'll just gently nudge it. There we go. Feels like pin 1's now binding. And we are open. So we've seen a short hook, we've seen a medium hook in a sort of a small and then a standard type of keyway. Now I want to try and show you a keyway with warding which is relatively open, and how I can use the deep hook to reach all the way down the bottom to pick the pins all the way at the top. Of course, if the pick was too thick, I wouldn't be able to get between the warding here and here, but with this thickness I certainly can. So yeah, it's a bit of an easy lock to pick, this particular one. This is my cutaway. Just the only lock with an open keyway like this I had to hand, so that's what we're going to use for the demonstration. Still a fun little pick, although I can virtually pick this blindfolded now. I've picked it so many times. And there we go, open. So as you can see, very capable picks. Conclusions. Pros and cons then. Cons. I'll be honest, I can't think of many cons. There's nothing that I've found with this set that I don't like. I mean, they're well finished. It's sort of well thought out, mixes of short, medium and large hooks. The case is really nice. I mean, did I show you that? It's just a leather case, but it's a very nice one, very fine leather. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, but there's two sorts of things that I have thought of that I'd like. Is that if this is an add-on set, I'd really have liked to have maybe 1 or 2 rakes thrown in as well. I know that that's not like super popular with hobby pickers, but I do like a triple peak maybe, or a worm or snake style as well. That just would have been nice. Plus this short hook, or at least the shortest one, it's not the shortest of short hooks, and I do also like a short hook that's even shorter than this. So maybe I'm just greedy, but it'd be nice, if not in this set, in the future, if Multipick could expand the add-on set into something a little bit bigger, or maybe do a rake set. I don't know, just I guess there's nothing wrong with wanting more or something good, but maybe I'm just greedy like that. The other thing is, whilst clearly for what you get and the materials used and the finish and all the other things, I don't think the prices are that high. They still are, nevertheless, on the premium end of the lockpick scale in terms of pricing, including the case. This comes in at the time of filming, at least, about €38.90, which is about £35.50, or about 45-ish US dollars. So yeah, I mean, they don't obviously cater for all budgets, but if you do have say a multi-pick set, you like your multi-pick picks, and you do want that in-between size, then obviously this is where you go to look for that. But also, I guess, if you had any lockpick set and you quite like the handles and the designs, and you thought, you know what, I could do with some stuff at 0.5mm at 19/20 thousandths, it could probably suit you too. In terms of pros then, yeah, I mean, just the general quality of these are really good. I like the range of hooks that you get. Yes, I want more, but I don't see that as too much of a negative thing. I see that as probably more of a positive thing when you think about it. I want more of the same. But I think it's really good that there's going to be that in-between size. My preference isn't to use 0.4mm picks over 0.5. So for me, I would much more use 0.5mm than 0.4, for example. So I think that especially if I was a bit more heavy-handed, I'd probably err more towards this than 0.4s that are currently available. So I say currently available, these are now available too. So but yeah, in terms of pros, as ever, the finish, the quality of materials, everything about what you get here is just really, really nice. Anyway, that's what I think. What do you think? Drop a comment below. I do read actually all comments and reply to as many as I can. So please let me know what you think of these. Do they meet your needs? What do you think of them? Have you bought Multipick before? What do you think of the quality? Drop comments below. Really useful for everybody to read. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, also consider subscribing. Really helps my channel out. And of course, I'll see you all next time.